What's up, everybody? Marvel Across 316 back on another comic book flashback. And today, folks, we are looking at Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 66. And today's title is Even We Don't Believe This. So we have Spider-Man going with Wolverine today. We have a very strange story for y'all today. And so this is going to be pretty unique stuff. We start out today's issue. We have Brian Michael Bendis here, the writer of Ultimate Spider-Man, telling us that he's going to be telling us a story that will define him as a writer. And sometimes he has to tell a story that he doesn't want to tell, but he has to tell it. And this is not one of those stories. And so, previously in Ultimate Spider-Man, Logan, the mutant known as Wolverine, a former assassin, a masterless samurai, is now a premier member of the world-famous X-Men. Wolverine's amazing powers include heightened animal senses, a dazzling healing factor, and an unbelievable skeleton with claws that pop out of each hand. Peter Parker's alter ego, Spider-Man, has had numerous run-ins with the mysterious mutant without a past, and every one of them has involved Spider-Man's life being put in serious danger. In the day's title, like I said, even we don't believe this. And today's story is brought to you by Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Bagley on the penciling, and Scott Hanna on the inks. Alright, so let's start out today's issue. Like I said, very strange issue. So we're at the Parker residence in Queens. Aunt May's telling Peter Parker to get up, and she's like, as in, get up, Peter. He's like, ugh. And he's like, ugh. So something very strange is going on. Peter's behavior, as you'll see, is very strange. He's not acting his usual self. And she says, good morning, sweetie. He's like, the hell is going on? And Aunt May says, I know, we're not moving yet, but I want to get a head start. Pack a couple of boxes a day. It relaxes me. I figured, all things considered, right? What? I put your school books on the basement stairs. You better get going, Buster. You are almost late. Grab a Pop-Tart. I was really happy about our talk last night, and we will get through this. Today is a fresh new day for both of us, and I just know you're going to have a great day. So you go. Get it going. Say hi to Mary Jane. Peter's like, huh? Said Mr. Grumpy in the morning. So Peter walks down to the basement. He looks, and he's like, what is going on? And then he sniffs. So what kind of characteristic is that when someone sniffs something? That's the characteristic of Wolverine. And so why is Peter Parker acting like Wolverine? Well, to find out and just reveal this to y'all, this is not Peter Parker. This is Wolverine trapped in the body of Peter Parker. That's right, folks. Wolverine is trapped in the body of Peter Parker. And now he's going to meet Mary Jane. And she says, the whole point in having a boyfriend, Tiger, is having someone to walk to school with. Let us go. School? Yeah, not exactly my definition of a hot date, but sadly it's the best we can do today or yesterday. And she gives him a kiss, hugs him. He's like, oh yeah. All of a sudden, we see that, meanwhile, Peter Parker is now in the body of Wolverine. We see that this Wolverine wakes up. So what is that smell? So what is going on? Where am I? Ew, what is on me? I'm hairy. How am I hairy? I stink. He's like, oh gosh. He walks into the restroom. He's like, what happened to me last? Oh my. He looks in the mirror. And then the claws pop out of his hand. He's like, ah! Hurts every time that happens. So Mary Jane's trying to convince Peter to go to school. We know that this is Wolverine. And she's like, what is going on with you? Do you need something? Like, do you need me to go get you something? Like your Spider-Man costume? He says, yes, your Spider-Man costume. Go get it. But we're running late to school. Just go get it, yes. Leave it here and go get it. Wait, we're late for school. Doesn't matter. Just go do that. But trust me, high school is a colossal waste of time. You'll see when you get older. There's nothing there you can't learn on a good hunt. Hunt? But And then he goes back inside. Aunt May's like, Peter, answer me when I call you. The phone's for you. It's someone from the Daily Bugle. He said, what is this, a teenage thing? What is your problem this morning? Just give me the phone, lady. And we see that Wolverine is on the other end of the line. This is Peter entrapped in Wolverine's body. He's like, is it you? Is it you? What did you do? Is this some kind of mutant thing? He said, yeah, I'm talking to you. He said, look, meet me at school. We gotta talk. We gotta figure out what the heck has happened. And he said, I ain't going to school. He said, you gotta go to school because if I cut class, I'll be expelled. He said, no. He said, please go to school for me. And his claws pop back out. He said, no, I'll meet you. He said, I have cut 10 days already this semester. I can't cut another. Just go to my school, please. Just show up and I'll meet you there. He said, I ain't going to know all the crap you have done to me in my life. Go to school. He said, okay, all right. Where is it? Just follow the kids. Ask someone, not my aunt. Walk out of there without talking to her. You really should think about being more honest with your family. Get out of my house. I swear, if I find out you're playing some mutant trick on me. And then he cuts off his finger with the claws. This is just hilarious stuff, folks. So we see that even Wolverine doesn't know the powers to this full extent, as the phone is stuck to Peter's hand here. So finally, we see that Wolverine makes it to school as Peter Parker meets up with Mary Jane, and she's like, here's your damn costume. What is your damage? It's a costume? This ain't happening. And so we see that finally Peter's going to meet Wolverine at school, and this cop says, excuse me, the bell has rung, hey! And he runs after Peter. Peter then, as Wolverine, falls on top of this cop here, and Wolverine, as Peter, has to say, stop it, what are you doing? Are you nuts? Guy could have made me. What are you gonna do? You gonna kill him? And so they're like, look, we gotta figure this out. How the heck did this happen? He said, I don't know, maybe it was you that did this. And they're like, there's no way. And he said, look, you gotta go in class right now before he counts me tardy, my teacher. Please go. And then the claw pops back out. He said, kid, don't do that again or I'm gonna have to beat you up. So finally, Wolverine shows up to class. The teacher's like, oh, Mr. Parker, so nice of you to join the rest of us this morning. He said, please take your seat, Mr. Parker. Now remember, Peter had told him to just go into class, get counted, and then make an excuse to go to the bathroom so that he can meet Peter outside. And so that's what Wolverine's trying to do. And he says, sorry, but I need to go pee. He said, Mr. Parker, the bathroom is for students who come to class on time. Just let me, Mr. Parker, sit down. Just if you walk out of this class, you may walk out of this school for the rest of your life. Sit down. So we see Wolverine sits down. Flash Thompson flicks Peter Parker's ear. And he's like, Urgh. So 45 minutes later, we see Wolverine as Peter Parker is waiting. And while Wolverine is trapped inside the class, all of a sudden there's a drive-by shooting. Out of this police car. We see Peter Parker is going to act as Wolverine here, try to stop this menace, but he doesn't know how to use the body of Wolverine appropriately. And we see that with everything that happens, a car lands on top of Wolverine here as Peter Parker. And we see that all the kids run up to the window. Flash Thompson says, dude, you got to see this. And then Wolverine, as Peter Parker, says, idiot kid. And so this will be continued next issue, folks. How in the world are they going to switch back into their normal identities? And how in the heck did this happen to begin with? We'll have to figure all this out as we continue to look at this story. We'll be looking at issue number 67 coming up next. But before then, go ahead now and give this video a like. Comment down below what you liked about this issue. Subscribe if you have not and I will see y'all in the next one.